Today's lesson is Chapter 6, Lesson 1, on pages 379 through 384. Our objective is I can estimate products of whole numbers and decimals, vocabulary, decimal, estimate, place value. Question 1. Between which two numbers was $1.05? Question 2. 13 and 7/10 rounded to the nearest whole number is what?
Extending multiplication. A gel pen at a craft store costs $1.05. Lucinda wants to buy 3 gel pens, each in a different color. She has $3.50 to spend. Does Lucinda have enough money to buy the 3 gel pens? To buy the pens, the cost of the 3 pens must be less than or equal to $3.50. The total cost can be found by multiplying 3 times $1.05. Since we don't need an exact answer, let's estimate the total cost. Round $1.05 to $1 because $1.05 is closer to $1 than $2. Then mentally multiply 3 by $1. 3 times $1 equals $3. So the total cost of the 3 pens is about $3. Now let's compare the total cost with how much money Lucinda has to buy pens. Since $3 is less than $3.50, Lucinda should have enough money to buy the 3 gel pens.
Okay, let's take a look at this in your book. I'm on page 379. And this time we are estimating products. So kind of like in the last chapter when we would estimate the difference or estimate the sum, this time we're estimating products, so the answer of a multiplication problem. So in this example 1, Mrs. James buys about 15 and 8/10 gallons of gas each week for her car. So about how many gallons of gas will she buy in 5 weeks? So we can easily solve this in our heads if we round. So we can round 15 and 8/10 and multiply it by 5. So 15 and 8/10, it's between the number 15 and 16. But we know that this 8, it's 5 and above, give it a shove, so it rounds up to 16. So then we can multiply 16 times 5. So you can do 6 times 5, which is 30. Carry your 3. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So our estimated product is 80. So then we can see that 15 and 8/10 times 5 is about 80 gallons in 5 weeks. So on page 380 there's another example, and in this case there's 16 packages that they're loading onto a truck, and they each weigh 58 and 5/10 pounds. So they want to find out about how many pounds are loaded onto the truck. So we know it's a multiplication problem. We have to estimate the product. But even if we round the 58 and 5/10 here, we could round that up to 59, but then we'd have 59 times 16, which is still not easy to do in our head. So we can use compatible numbers. So it's an easy way for us to compute mentally. So even though it's not the nearest whole number, we can find a compatible number of 58 and 5/10, which would be 60, because it's pretty close to 60. And then we can find a compatible number for 16 too, so that our multiplication is easier and we can do it in our head. So we can do 60 times 20, because we can round 16 up to 20, because they're pretty close. So then we can do 6 times 2, which is 12, and the 2 zeros, so we have 1,200 pounds. So that is our estimated product for this problem. Alright, let's look back at the questions. So question 1 is between which two numbers was $1.05? So that was in the video that we showed, and so it's asking for which two numbers would that round between. So if you're looking at a number line, where does it fall between which two numbers? Question 2 is 13 and 7/10 rounded to the nearest whole number is what?